Hey folks, Pastor Sean coming to you with today's daily devotion. It is July the 4th. We are at the end of the day, and it's been a great day. I hope you've enjoyed some time with your family and friends and are gearing up for an evening of fireworks. There'll be fireworks displays all around the city of Calhoun, all around Gordon County. Wherever you're at, I'm sure there will be fireworks being fired off. The guys who live in my neighborhood love to shoot off fireworks all the year round, not just on July the 4th, but all year round. So Galatians tells us you have been given freedom, you have been given liberty, but not so that you can walk in the flesh again. The liberty that we have been given has been bought with a price. Whether it is the liberty that we enjoy in the United States of America, or whether it's the liberty that we have being free from sin. Both of those were bought with a price. Men and women died back in the 1700s during the Revolutionary War to buy our freedom. They fought with Great Britain, won that war, won the Revolutionary War, and we, the United States of America, became a free democratic nation. And we have celebrated that freedom for the last couple of centuries. And to say that we are free is a big thing, because if you travel around the world, you will realize that the freedom we have in this nation is not seen everywhere. There are nations where some of the clothes that we wear, if you were to wear that outside in some foreign nations, you'd be arrested. There are places where if we talked the way that we talk in Walmart or at the bank, we'd be arrested and put in prison. There are nations around our world where if we worshiped in public like we do on Sundays, we would be arrested, thrown in prison. The missionary who was with us last week talked about how even in his travels, there were times when his life was in jeopardy because he was preaching the gospel and sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ. Now, Paul tells the Galatian church, he said, just because you've received freedom doesn't mean that you're allowed to go back into the flesh. Don't live in the flesh just because you have freedom now. You've been freed from that sin, but you've not been freed to live in that sin. So we have to move out of sin into the freedom that God has given us, into the life of salvation, the life of liberty that we now have. And so we're no longer slaves to sin. We're no longer in bondage to that sin. But we have been given liberty, freedom. We have been set free from the chains of sin and flesh. And now we can and are expected to live a godly, holy life acceptable unto Jesus Christ, which is, according to Paul, our reasonable service. So all of the things that we think that we have freedom from, we no longer have freedom to do. The sin that we once lived in has been taken away, bought with a price by Jesus Christ, and now we are set free to live in the freedom of salvation, to live in the freedom of holy living, to live freely in this wicked and ungodly world. So today we not only celebrate the freedom that we exemplify here in the United States of America, the freedom of religion, the freedom of speech, the freedom of press, the freedom to assemble, the freedom to the rights to bear arms, all of these freedoms that we have here in the United States that are not seen around the rest of the world, we celebrate that today. But we also, every single day of our lives, we need to celebrate the freedom that we have in Jesus Christ. The Bible says, he who the Son has set free is free indeed. So I encourage you today, walk in freedom, and you'll live a happy, joyful life in this present world. I love you. I'm praying for you. I believe you're going to have an amazing week. I'll be traveling back to Augusta tomorrow for work, so pray for me as I travel. Be back on Friday back in the land of the living up here where the gnats don't carry you off. And I'll be back up here on Friday. I'm going to try to squeeze in a little golf before the weekend. Hope you have a magnificent week. God bless you as always, is my prayer.